Hello, I am Augustus, and I've got Robert here. We're doing our first recording for the new QuarterOfSix channel. We are bringing you a Return to Ravnica draft here using the new beta client. We wanted to mess around with the beta client and see all the new features. So, hope you enjoy. Say hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Thanks. So we got 8 people in here. Should be starting. The client seemed a little bit slow in a couple of cases. Ooh, sound effect of opening packs. That's quite revolutionary. And we will absolutely rare draft if we have to, because we don't have enough money to just throw away picks that are worth something. So we'll actually take Niv Mizzet is actually quite amazing. Both to play with and is actually worth a little bit of money. So we'll go ahead and pick that. The other things in the pack here. Okay, we're gonna have to. We'll add it to our picks. Make sure it's. I think it's reserved.
It's reserved.
The other good picks in here. We have a Bluster Squall is quite good. And Common Bond is good. Pursuit of Flight, Golgari Longlegs, and Action Injunction. We might actually get Dispel back, which is a good sideboard card. And if you have to main deck it, it's actually quite all right.
People do talk about Heroes Reunion being good. Grove?
So here we have Splatter Thug and Blood Freight Giant are excellent. We probably want to... We hate to pass the Grove of the Guardians because it can be damn near unbeatable in a lot of circumstances. Especially we have a couple of Populate cards that are also in here. But the Blood Freight Giant is also amazing and obviously is great with Niv Mizzet. The Splatter Thug and Goblin Electromancer are probably not going to wheel, but we might get a Stealer of Secrets back because the other picks in here, Eisenski's Common Bond, there's not quite enough picks, I think, for us to get anything good back. But
hey, we'll get that Survey of the Wreckage back to destroy the Grove of the Guardians.
Yeah, that's actually a valid point. We will actually want some kind of yeah, we can go ahead and add that to our picks here. And I know there's a way we can in the new client we can build our deck as we go. All right, so now in this pack, I think we actually are going to want the Skywatch, actually, not the Shred Freak. I think the Skywatch is a better card, but you can argue that if you want.
Just because it's at 6 and this is at 2, and we have passed aggro decks in the past and hurt severely for them.
My general feeling is that Skywatch will always make our deck, and whether Shred Freak makes our deck is a toss-up at best.
Skywatch can wheel.
So can Shred Freak.
Shred Freak will absolutely not wheel.
All right, and there's really nothing else in this pack that we really care about at all. The next best card is probably Ogre Jailbreaker.
Choose. If you want the Skywatch, say it now. Too late.
Yep, that's fine. I mean, this obviously is we are working together here, so. Rogue's Passage will win a lot of games, and out of the rest of this pack,
good second pick would be Dynacharge.
Well,
maybe Runewing
for our deck. Essence Backlash would also be fine for our deck. The
hating a Trostani's Judgment.
the Trostani's Judgment is really, really good, and I think people undervalue it quite a lot. It's probably one of the top 3 commons in the set, especially after having passed the Grove of the Guardians. We have to be really kind of careful, but in this case, I think we have to just count on the fact that we're going to be able to beat them, and hopefully we're going to be really highly prioritizing bounce. So Void Wielders are going to be important for us, and in this pack. Yeah, I mean, Lobber Crew is perfect for what we want to do. Vassal Soul would also be playable, but it's not great.
Cobble Brute.
I think
a bit more on the slow side, but it does its job. even at 4 for 5-2.
Yeah.
Take stuff out.
The populate deck is going to snap up that Cellar Songbirds. Somebody's going to grab the Chorus of Might. Nothing else in here really is playable.
People tend to really undervalue that thing, but when we're playing a populate deck, ooh, doggies.
All right, so let's go ahead and snap up that Harbor Crew. And I assume if you just click it or double click it or something, that you don't have to click again.
But then you don't get this lovely little shadow box on here as the beta client crashes in the middle of the draft.
Yeah, if we get cards auto-picked for us because the client is slow, that'll kind of suck.
It will absolutely suck.
And I kind of get the feeling that's where we're headed.
Nice. Ta-da. Way to go, Wizards! Let's spend some money on screwing people out of their cards. Yay! I guess we can go down here and build, but... There we go. Hey, we only lost 13 seconds.
Oh, Frostburn. Click, 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 click. And we got the Frostburn weird. Okay. Oh, is it Static Caster? Here's going to be an easy choice, so go ahead and get that reserved. So...
Ethereal Armor is dangerous.
Ethereal Armor is definitely dangerous. The Inspiration is also playable for us. One
of these two might wheel.
Well, because there's only a handful of cards
this late
left in the pack.
No, we're getting an Urban Burgeoning.
Yeah. So, but we will go ahead and slam that Izzet Static Caster. He's awesome.
Doesn't work that way. You must right-click and add it to your picks.
Have you tried double-clicking? Ooh, and we got a Guild Mage. Which I think we will go ahead and take over the Goblin Rally. Again, Inspiration is playable? Okay, so...
Yes, double-clicking works, Gus.
Good to know. All right, and here I would think Dispel. We don't really want to be playing Minotaur Aggressor.
Or Bellows Lizard, really.
Yeah, and so Dispel is an easy choice here. And...
Here's that Survey of the Wreckage.
You know what? We don't actually really want to play Still Life Seekers, I don't think. Sometimes the Ophidian guys are okay, but in this block just is not... Well, only one set so far in this block. So actually, I think Survey of the Wreckage is a sideboard card because of that damn Grove of the Guardians is actually reasonable. So go ahead and put it in the sideboard. Add the sideboard. Oh, there's a sideboard. Okay, and so we can just drag and drop stuff between them.
How this is still in there is beyond me.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and hate on that rubble back. Yeah, just add it to our sideboard. Another note for you guys watching, Rob and I, we do hate draft fairly aggressively. And so you guys will probably disagree with some of our choices. But the Essence Backlash is also certainly playable here. And we'll probably not play Blister Coil Weird, but I don't really care about Mind Rot either. So just signal-wise, we'll take the Blister Coil Weird. And yeah, go and put that in our sideboard.
Oh.
Yeah, just click and move to sideboard. You can also, I think, click and drag it. But
where did it go?
So yeah, over there. Oh, okay. The double click moved it. Got it. Sorry, guys. We are learning the new beta interface as we go. It's part of the point of this video. And now we're about to open our next pack. So far, I think we have definitely got a playable deck. I'm still unsure about that Shred Freak over the Skywatch.
Nag.
And here, oh god, this is really terrible. To get a Wayfaring Temple after we've passed, fortunately it was going the other way. So I don't. Hopefully, the Wayfaring Temple will not wheel all the way back around to the guy who wants it. But there's so many good cards for the Selesnya deck here. It also sucks to pass a Stab Wound, but we just have to take the Annihilating Fire here. I think that's the only realistic choice. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either that or the Saber, but we don't really have... We're not that aggressive yet. Depending on how everybody else is going, we might actually get the Saber back, or we'll get another shot at a Saber later. 1 is good, 2 is pushing it. Since they don't give any toughness, it doesn't help you as much as some other equipment would be. The set being light on equipment in general.
You know, I have a feeling drafting with the new interface is just too risky, because here we're going to have to make a snap pick here, because we are presumably running. I don't know if we're waiting or if we're just running out of time or what the hell is going on here.
I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, and this is for a second pick, so we're like we could get completely jacked here. Okay, another annihilating fire or
teleportal, telechemist's trick.
Annihilating fire, I think it's got to be. Sorry guys, we didn't really have a chance to talk about any of the other picks there. All right. In this deck, okay, Fairy Imposter can be good with if you get
other ETBs.
Yeah, other ETB. In particular, I was thinking of the Void Wielder. We don't really have anything else that's good for that right now. The only interaction we would have would be with the Lobber Crew to bounce a multicolor creature to replay to get extra damage off of that. So I don't actually know that that's our pick.
It is 2/1 flying over 2/1 flying for more expensive, and we're not throwing white into the deck, that's for sure.
Right, but it's something where, you know, we have enough early drops, right? Because this could wind up costing more than 3 if we have to replay a guy. But on the chance we get a Void Wielder, we'll have more shots at Tower Drake. We are again passing more amazing cards for the Selesnya deck, which I don't think we're going to get probably jacked by the Selesnya deck. Passing the Rootborn Defenses and Courser's Accord.
Yeah,
here.
There's just.
And in this pack,
we take Eyes in the Skies.
Yeah, I mean, we have Dregmangler, Centaur's Herald, and Eyes in the Skies are all, perfectly good picks. Rakdos Charm is actually a lot better than people give it credit for, and the Spawn of Rix Maddie and Tenement Crasher are both playable. Perilous Shadow is playable. I don't really consider Gobbling Ooze, Slaughter Games, or Axebane Stag to be particularly playable. I mean, Slaughter Games is okay as a sideboard card if your opponent has, I don't know, say Niv Mizzet, but even then it's a little sketchy.
Funny you should mention Niv Mizzet.
Yeah. But yeah, here I think hating on the Eyes in the Skies. I mean, the Centaur's Herald is more consistent for them, but yeah, taking away the Populate again for that Grove of the Guardians, and just other things.
5/4 haste, nice, but just
not gonna. I don't think Tenement Crasher is gonna make your deck, and we'll have more shots at something like Tenement Crasher. It does suck, however, to be hate drafting this
this high.
This high of a pick, but there's basically nothing else there's no blue cards in the pack at all.
And we already have our Survey the Wreckage. And we're going to miss 12, 14, 30 seconds. There we go.
Okay, so now...
Epic Experiment or Guildgate.
So we're probably not actually going to play the Epic Experiment, but we don't care about hating any of these cards. None of this stuff really matters.
Although this one's annoying.
So we'll actually, I think, take the Epic Experiment because it's actually worth $1.
We're such rare draft whores.
I mean, especially when there's nothing. I mean, the Guildgate doesn't really matter that much because we're going to be a 2-color deck, I think. And here, this is a pretty easy Rune Wing.
Okay.
None of the. I mean, we did at one point pass a Goblin Rally, and so the Dyna Charge could actually matter for somebody, but it seems unlikely that's going to happen. There's, again, just nothing, like, we don't care about any of the rest of these cards going up against them or whatever, and Rune Wing's certainly good for our deck, so I think we can go ahead and just take that, and at some point here when we get the chance, we'll move that Eyes in the Skies over to our sideboard. Batterhorn is playable, but for our deck, I think that the Trader's Instinct is... well, let's see. What have we passed in the way of good artifacts? We passed a Civic Saber. We passed a couple of Key Runes. But I still think the Trader's Instinct is going to win us more games.
Than destroying a couple of Key Runes. Two turns after they're relevant.
Because one Trader's Instinct can be mainboarded. A Batterhorn, I would hope to be sideboarding. Yeah. All right.
A Gutter Snipe. Wow. They love us. They really love us.
The other Golgari Charm, I don't see people play very often, but is also just really solid pick for regenerating your entire team, and potentially, the wiping out, a bunch of 1/1 tokens. It would be excellent against potentially the populate guy with a lot of birds. And again, the Chorus of Might, as we mentioned, people just do not respect that card. It just wins games.
And we're going to let them continue not respecting it by passing it to them so that they can not put it in their deck.
And I don't actually know how good the Gutters... Oh, Civic Saber came back. Yeah, in this case, I mean, we'll definitely take it because Frostburn Weird with a Civic Saber, and we have Shred Freak and Niv Mizzet, and Static Caster actually is not a defender. Some people forget that sometimes.
He can swing for 2.
Yep. Passing another Courser's Accord, more populate stuff.
There are 3 Selesnya decks in here, and they are all going to tap dance on our face. If we don't get a Void Wielder. Hey, I got 10 seconds. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Chemister's Trick, Electrickery.
I think it's more important to hate the decoy.
Oh, why? These guys do not know how to play.
Yeah.
Better not to. There's nothing in here.
The Skull Ring is the most annoying to play against. Take the charm. Yeah.
Once again,
I don't think people don't understand how to play it or respect it. Take the early drop.
I would say that black is being underrepresented at this table.
All right, so again, we can move some stuff off to the sideboard. All right, so we have a grand total of, we're at 20 cards. Get rid of the Rakdos and the Skull Rend. So we have 18 cards after 2 packs. It's not bad. And, we still have, we have a couple of bombs. We have, with Niv Mizzet and the Bloodfray Giant, we're in good...
We are getting screwed out of our first pick.
Well, we might have to make a really fast first pick. I think the rarer Mythic or whatever should be in the upper left. That's where it's been before. Yeah, this whole thing of, sometimes getting screwed on the time means I think we're going back to... Okay, Death Presence we don't want. Stab Wound. Oh, we got another Annihilating Fire, actually, which is going to be our pick. As much as it sucks, there's a Stab Wound and a Skymark Rock, which are the best cards by
and
mile.
We're Creature Light in Pack 3, so Vassal Soul and Cobble Brute could be decent picks.
So Stab Wound, again, sucks to pass another Stab Wound, but for us, it's, we'll just keep our colors, and, this is now 3 Annihilating Fires for us, which is not bad. It'd be nice to pick up a Explosive Impact.
Yes.
And
finish games much faster, and they only cost 1 red instead of 2.
With the because we do have the Goblin guy, 3-mana Goblin guy that makes them take 2 damage for when we cast instants and sorceries.
Yeah, so actually our
What's his
Annihilating
name
Fires aren't that bad. Gutter Snipe.
Gutter Snipe, right.
Of course, the best thing about playing in big blocks like this is getting multiples of cards like Stab Wound, because 1 Stab Wound, that's going to take 10 turns to end the game, but 3 of them, suddenly they're looking at putting kill spells on their own creatures, and it's a lovely thing to watch.
And we are just losing time again here. The Izzet Charm is fine for us. There's also an Electromancer. Splatter Thug actually is probably the pick here.
Yeah, hard to argue with that. And another Gutter Snipe.
Another Gutter Snipe. Oh, versus Counterflux.
I love me a Gutter Snipe, and we only have 12 creatures.
Yeah. Other people don't... people generally don't tend to respect the counter spells. They actually tend to be, I think, better than people give them credit for. But, actually that Counterflux could very well come around. Out of here, it's a Rune Wing, probably versus the Paralyzing Grasp. Or conceivably...
I'd take the drawn card. Mizium Skin, if there was nothing else in here, just to protect. It counts as... quite often counts as a counterspell, and can sometimes, with the +0/+1, save your creature in combat.
Yeah, and with double Gutter Snipe, having extra, instant is also not bad. But I think the Rune Wing, the Flyer, that's probably good too.
Hey, there's that Skywatch you wanted. But do you want it over an Essence Backlash?
I don't think we want to play 2 Essence Backlashes. We already have 1 Essence Backlash.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think here. Okay, can we sort by cost? Because we are looking at. Sorry, if I convert mana cost. There we go. Yeah, we've been. So yeah, we have a ton of 3-drops, and yeah, we only have 1 6-drop. Niv Mizzet. Yeah, so I think it's definitely Skywatch here.
Sounds good.
Out of this, Thought Flare is definitely the one for us here. It's a great card, and again with it works with Lobber Crew and Gutter Snipe and everything. So I think that's definitely the card.
And if we had been building more aggressively, which we actually didn't have a chance for, Tenement Crasher and Cobble Brute would be great picks right there.
They'd be fine. Again, the Druid's Deliverance actually is annoying because again, some of these people have got amazing populate decks, and that's probably gonna, we're gonna get ganked by, Druid's Deliverance.
We're not going to Alpha Strike into it because we didn't actually get the teleportal. They didn't make it back around.
Yeah, and also we have we have the reach, right? We have the Lobber Crew, Gutter Snipe, and even Niv Mizzet to be able to win without without all that stuff. So let's see. Right now we are at 24 cards, so we're actually already at a point where we're gonna have to be cutting something here.
Just as soon as it lets us look at the cards.
Yeah, I think
let's not do it, are you?
Let's not fiddle with that bottom panel. Let's just keep see if we can get our picks in. Fortunately, at this point, if it messes up our picks, we still have
a deck.
We still have a deck.
So downsize to kill an Alpha Strike.
Essence Backlash versus the Electrickery, I think. And you got the mouse, so pick fast.
I like
go,
Backlash. Go. And we're not going to get to choose that one, are we?
Yeah, I think we're getting a random card here. Probably getting a random card on the next one, too. And we have the same choice again.
The exact same choice.
I think actually I would take the Electrickery based on.
It gave us the Electrickery.
Oh, it gave us the Electrickery. All right, in that case, then sure, take the downsides or the Crosstown Courier.
It does. It gold borders your last pick, so.
I got it. Okay.
Instead of you having to just freaking guess.
All right. So here, do we want? And we have a lot of 3-drops already, I think.
And it's fly or cancel.
Yeah. So I think the extra dude, like we. Oh well, we only have the 1 Essence Backlash actually.
And we'll be taking out that if we can.
So cancel is reasonable, or just another dude because we. Yeah. Ooh, Izzet came back.
Somebody said Shock was a good card once.
And Counterflux came back. I think now we have 2 Gutter Snipes. I'll actually take the Mizium Skin.
Even passing the Krasda Monitor. So.
Krasda Monitor is... a lot of the top players actually value it pretty low. Here, Horncaller's Chant. Well, yeah, we don't need people populating more 8/8 Vigilance guys. Inspiration, last pick. Great.
Last pick, Inspiration. Yeah, no. We're all right.
All right, so our deck, unfortunately, in the new client, they don't make you... in the old client, after you hit all your cards and moved them kind of to your sideboard, they would reset after the draft was done. But now in the new client, they don't actually do that. So we don't need to pause. I think we can just keep you here while we build the rest of our deck. Yeah, so let's get rid of that Blister Coil Weird. And Mizium Skin is definitely going to be a sideboard card here because we got too much stuff. Oh. Okay.
That's our sideboard. That's fine.
So.
I don't know.
And actually, why don't you maximize this screen here? Because we've got this thing over here. This whole time, we probably should have been maximized. Okay, so ditch the Blister Coil Weird and the Electrickery and the Mizium Skin to the sideboard. Probably the downsize as well. Sideboard, because we got 2. Because we're at 27.
Remember we got 3 lands in here.
Yeah. So we got to cut 4 more cards. Epic Experiment, obviously.
Although it would be nice to have Epic Experiment go off, flip 3 Annihilating Fighters into 1 or 2 Gutter Snipes.
Yeah,
I'm just playing. It's just magical Christmas land, dude. Come on.
Yep.
I have to drink.
All right, so we need to cut 3 more cards. Question is, I think then on... I think actually Dispel main deck is fine. Question is, do we want the Fairy Imposter? We did not get any Void Wielders. We got effectively no ETB. Well, we have the Skywatch is the only one.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Fairy Imposter is just not going to... It's just going to get stuck in our hand so much of the time.
Fairy Imposter for 7. No, not good.
Yeah.
I mean, it does work well with Shred Freak, but still,
yeah.
I'd rather equip the Shred Freak and attack than have to recast it and just attack for 2.
Yeah, I mean, given now all the multicolor guys...
25.
Given that we did get the Civic Saber, the Shred Freak is much better than it was. So we got to get rid of 2 more things.
Well, is the card draw that good?
Well, I think because we have Thought Flare, like we'll keep Thought Flare over Inspiration, obviously. And
it's either...
Yeah, because I don't want to be... I don't want to be cutting
either
the
Essence
creatures.
Backlash or Counterflux. We've only got 14 creatures. We're keeping Thought Flare. We're keeping 3 Annihilating Fires, so the low creature count isn't going to hurt us that much. Traitorous Instinct.
I think... Well, this is tough. Would you cut Dispel before Counterflux?
Game 1, yeah. I bring Dispel in against other counter decks, or... Oh, man, we're going to come up against all those instant decks. All those Selesnya decks, they're all instant driven, so actually seeing what we passed...
I mean, it's conceivable. I don't know, like maybe keep the hard. I prefer to keep the hard counter.
Okay,
so maybe the backlash, because we're gonna have a better time overcoming creatures, I think.
All right, so we're at 23.
So now we just have to add lands here, yeah.
And sometimes it's
It's already suggesting here for us, suggesting a swamp because of that Shred Freak, which obviously we don't want.
Because it's
a double red.
Stupid.
And yeah, so... Oh, and we already have 1 island and 1 mountain in there, so
Yes.
basically we're looking at 9-7. Wait a minute. That's... Yeah, 9-7, and then the Rogue's Passage. Yeah, that seems fine. If that's what yeah, because we have a lot. All the Annihilating Fires and
our double red.
Yeah, so we need more. Yeah, that seems good.
The Frostburn Weird doesn't really matter. So really, we've only got 4 blue cards. 5 blue cards. Dispel, Tower Drake, 2 Rune Wings, Skywatch, and Niv Mizzet. We need the blue just as much as we need the red. And, it's ready to go. We're good.
Okay,
Main deck 40.
So
submit. Ready?
Submit. So I think this deck here has a... This feels like a 2-in-1 kind of deck. I mean, it can certainly win 3-0.
Our best shot is if the Selesnya decks chew each other to pieces in round 1.
Yeah, there's let's see, where did it put the lands in here? Because we have this stack of lands over here. Where did it put the other ones we added?
Over here.
Oh, they're over there. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So, if you do another cost sort, and let's see, I think it'll, and then it'll get everything consolidated. There we go. Okay, now all the lands are together. Yeah, so this is certainly a solid deck, but obviously we pass a lot of good cards for the Selesnya deck. But getting the hard counter in the Counterflux to come back, and getting Dispel to come back, getting a bunch of good cards that wield back around to us, will obviously work to our advantage. And
that's not saying we didn't like to cancel. We just liked the other card that was in the pack over it.
Yeah. All right, so at this point, we're going to go ahead and pause for a few minutes, and we'll be back when round 1 starts.